It's Valentine's Day, and you're all alone. Others are spending Valentine's Day with their spouse, eating Valentine's Day chocolates, sitting on a couch, cuddling, and watching romantic Valentine's Day movies in their pink Valentine's Day pajamas and fluffy Valentine's Day slippers. But hey, guess what? You don't have to do any of that crap. Instead, you can spend this whole miserable day playing some of the greatest single-player games ever made. Or maybe games that I'm about to recommend. Go out there and enjoy, you free son of a bitch!
Hi. Valentine's Day. It's not only painful for single people, you know. It's also painful for me too. Reminds me that I'm in a relationship. But doesn't really matter, single or in a relationship. I've always hated this day. Valentine's Day. It's just everything's so pink, full of hearts and all the kinds of cute things that make grown man puke. That's why I'm here to make a recommendation video where I recommend 5 games for PlayStation 2 that are pretty much as anti-valentine as they can possibly be. Not all of these are masterpieces, but they're still pretty fun. I mean, I've enjoyed them. My first PlayStation 2 game I recommend for Valentine's Day is one that you might actually guess already, cause I've only done one Valentine's Day episode before, and this is a fantastic game for gay guys and straight gals. No need to go outside to hunt men when you can play Manhunt at home. Why waste your day by doing something vomit-inducingly romantic and cute, when instead you can go into dark alleys and abandoned buildings and all that type of places that are probably not safe places to be any time of the day and stalk some of the worst lowlifes on this planet. You're basically doing the society a favor when some poor bastards are spending Valentine's Day by investing into chocolates and romantic movies and candles and other things to try to take their partner's breath away. You can spend your Valentine's Day by taking the breath away of some of the worst scum on earth by using a plastic bag. Manhunt is third-person action stealth game where you sneak around and basically try to waste people and do it in as ultra-violent ways as you can. You got all kinds of different weapons, from plastic bags to things like hammers and pieces of glass, knives, even chainsaw at the end. It may not be the smoothest game, but it is bloody and it'll take your mind off Valentine's Day. Before I get to my second recommendation for Valentine's Day, how would you like to spend the day with a boy named Charlie? How about 2 boys named Charlie? How about platoon full of Charlies who like to hang around in the tree lines? Cause my second game is Shell Shock NAM 67. Charlie spotted! You got limbs flying and all kinds of horrors of war. That'll take your mind off chocolate. All you get from that is diabetes. This is probably the grittiest game about Vietnam I know. And I know few cause I love Vietnam, you know, just the subject is really freaking interesting. And I've played few games that take place in Vietnam, but I gotta say this one takes the cake. Maybe it's not the best when it comes to smooth gameplay or frame rates, but other than that, you know, it is brutal, it is gory, and like I said, limbs are flying and there are some real messed up horrors of war in this one. But also, if you still feel like you want some loving during Valentine's Day, between missions you're at your base camp and you can always go boom boom with Vietnamese prostitutes. But don't wait for them to love you long time, because usually those cutscenes, they take about 10 seconds or so.
GI, you need fun. To buku death, you need loving.
But I always loved this game, and honorable mention from the soundtrack. Vietnam games always have the best soundtracks ever. I especially remember Juicy Lucy's cover version of Who Do You Love? It's probably my second favorite Vietnam War song after Rolling Stones' Paint It Black. That one's not in this, if I remember correctly. But Shell Shock, go have fun with Charlies. Now if you do feel like you want some loving during Valentine's Day, why not take it a little too far and make it outright perverse? Because my third recommendation is Lisa Sweet Larry, magna cum laude.
Leisure Suit Larry is back as the most lovable loser on campus.
No, I am not a loser.
You still a virgin?
Here, watch, I'll show you.
This one actually doesn't have Larry as the main character. This one has his nephew, but he pretty much looks the same, acts the same, so really not much difference there. I mean, first times I played this, I didn't even realize it was nephew and not Larry himself, because it's just such a similar character. You know, I've actually always thought that Larry was kind of a loser, but now that I think about it more, throughout all the games I played, and I played them all pretty much, except the sequel to this, that one apparently sucked so much ass that even I didn't touch that. Well, who am I kidding? I kinda wanna try that too, but anyway, that's the only one I missed. Anyway, like I was saying, throughout these games, Larry actually gets laid a lot. I mean, sure, Larry gets embarrassed a lot, but even despite that, he always finds the prettiest and most perverted girls ever. How is that being a loser? I mean, sure, you gotta do some things you probably wouldn't have thought of doing before, but sometimes that's a small price to pay. Third-person adventure, open world. You go around campus, you do little mini games, you try to get laid. That's pretty much the plot in every Larry game, so...
I will not have Larry Lovage representing this school. You hear me, Lovage? I know you're watching.
Good job, Larry.
Nothing revolutionary, but that's how Larry games work. Also, it's got Ron Jeremy as Fairy. Which, now that I think about it, if the dude was convicted to all those things he was accused, that might actually not be a good selling point. Now, if you're one of those miserable lonely bastards during Valentine's Day, and you got your heart all twisted, why not twist some metal? Cause I got Twisted Metal Black. Perfect game for Valentine's Day. You got your heart twisted, twist these guys' cars. It's the same kind of thing almost, except not exactly. Twisted Metal, one of the best car combat series ever made. I love these games. What screams more Valentine's Day than driving around in a ice cream truck that has machine guns and rocket launchers and I don't know, all kinds of lasers and plasma guns and whatever this game had. I don't remember all the weapons, it's been a long time since I played this, but I do remember that on PlayStation 2 this was apparently the only Twisted Metal game, but they made this hell of a lot darker than the PlayStation 1 Twisted Metal games, which were also pretty freaking awesome, but we're doing PlayStation 2 list, so... You might think that cuddling with your loved one on the couch watching Pretty Woman, that's great achievement during Valentine's Day. How about you try destroying dozen other competitors with all kinds of cool weapons, blowing them to pieces? That's an achievement.
He asked God to curse me, to burden me forever with the flames of hell.
That's something cool to do on Valentine's Day. So how about it? Go twist some metal, just like they twisted your heart back in high school. Before I show my last recommendation, I got a question for you. Which demographic of people are the most loneliest on this planet? That's right, those big mother truckers.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Why you keep asking that? You're my cousin, not my daddy.
I mean, Jesus Christ, I work in a warehouse. I have to deal with truckers all the time. There's nothing chattier than those lonely bastards who've been hours on road. You let them in, you load their cargo, and you want to send them on their way, but no, you know, like 40 minutes after you're done, they're still chatting. And if you're one of those sorry bastards who have to go use the toilet after a trucker, Godspeed. Grab a gas mask. I mean, my workplace, we probably change the toilet bowl like twice a week, cause it just cracks. It cracks. Truckers.
Oh, 11 foot? This trailer's 12 foot tall. Ain't no cops around. Who's gonna know?
But if you're feeling lonely at Valentine's Day, you can comfort yourself by playing this and say, God damn, I'm lucky I'm not a trucker. Anyway, Big Mother Truckers. In this one, Ma Jackson, owner of Big Mother Truckers Inc., decided to retire, and she has 4 kids and they're all racing against each other who gets to get the company. First thing you do, you choose one of the 4 and then you start trucking all kinds of stuff. It's basically kind of racing game. You have 60 days to make more money than your siblings. And this is actually pretty fun. I'm not a huge simulator guy, but this one feels so arcadey and it's got like racing and cops and stuff that it's just more fun than Simulator. It doesn't take itself so seriously, and also this one has one kick-ass soundtrack. I mean, it's got hits from Deep Purple, Whiskey Biscuit, Steppenwolf, Elmore James, Dirty Vegas, Technique, Candice, Stereo MCs, and many more. All I know from those is Deep Purple and Steppenwolf, but what I remember, all songs were great in this. But yeah, if you're lonely during Valentine's Day, why not give this trucker game a try? But if you want the authentic experience, after a couple of hours playing this, take a little break and go to your local gas station, eat a sandwich, drink a cup of coffee, and then wreck the shit out of their toilet bowl. Those were my recommendations for Valentine's Day. Great games. Well, maybe not great, but I had fun with every one of these. And I don't know, I kinda wanna go trucking again, and maybe take a big dump. Happy Valentine's Day, you crazy kids. Don't upload your bedroom videos on internet. Unless that's how you make your living.